Route 121 is packed with trainers, so let's get started right now. And I believe this trainer here is a new class of trainer. Yep, that's right, she's a Hex Maniac. This is a new class of trainer to this generation. Well, not entirely new, it's sort of like the same thing as the Channelers from the first generation and the Mediums from the second. And it sort of makes sense to find Hex Maniacs here because we're rather close to Mount Pyre. We're not going to head to Mount Pyre just yet, though. I'm going to go to Lily Cove first. And the Safari Zone is also on this route. For now, for this video, I'm going to focus on Route 121, but in the next video, I promise I'm going to cover the Safari Zone. There are a few items to grab there, and I also wanted to catch a female Psyduck for my breeding chain, and oh, come on! I don't insist that we battle, you're the one who assaulted me from behind! Jeesh. Those guys are complete idiots, but then again, this guy's a bug maniac using a Dustox, and I would bet that his other one's a Beautifly, so yeah, incompetence is rather common, especially among lovers of bug Pokémon, among Pokémon NPCs. And speaking of incompetent idiots, I have a major announcement to make, and this is going to mean nothing for those of you, the majority, who know this place's rules and follow the rules. This is for the few that don't. A few videos ago, I mentioned in the comments that I was looking at the possibility of banning people on the first offense for attempting to claim the first comment on a video. And it's gotten so bad that in the last video, I had 4 different people trying to claim the first comment. Yeah, when I was talking about incompetent idiots, I was talking about those people. Anyway, those who actually noticed this comment seemed to be favorable to the idea, and someone later on even asked me if I was still looking at the idea, and I have taken a final decision. It will be that way starting from the very next video. One offense, you're out. There will be no more comment claiming tolerated. Because seriously, I have given out so many warnings so far that nowadays people, it seems they just are doing it to annoy me, and that, of course, is not tolerated. So that's why I have come to this decision. And I was sort of interested in starting today, but considering there will no doubt be an incompetent idiot to claim the first comment for this video before they even take a look at the video, well, I'm gonna give them a period of grace. One last chance. But it doesn't change anything from the fact that you're an incompetent idiot if you're trying to do it. And actually, I'm sort of hoping that someone tries to do it saying, "Wow, this video was so totally awesome!" And I'd be like, "You do know I called you an incompetent idiot over and over in this video, do you?" Oh yeah! I got a beauty's number this time after all my misadventures on Mount Chimney. And now I'm going to put Skarmory back as my lead since Blaziken now has the lead in terms of level that I wanted it to have. And got Team Aqua there, moving out to Mount Pyre. But as I said, we're not going to pay any attention to them for the time being. And if you're wondering why I took one step back and got ambushed by a Mightyena, well, it was because there was this patch of grass in the lower part of the screen where there was one square that didn't have any grass, so obviously there must be an item there. So we're gonna check it out as soon as, wow, actually, and I actually one-hit KO'd that Mightyena despite Intimidate. Okay, let's see what's there, and it's an HP up, wow! Am I not glad that I actually made this detour? But anyway, that's enough of this for now. Now for what I promised I'd talk about, how to grow your berries properly. And for the sake of example, I'm going to use the Wiki Berry, which I'm growing right now. A Wiki Berry takes 24 hours to grow from a seed to a berry tree. And of course you can check on Cerebi how long it takes for each berry to grow. For the Wiki Berry it's 24 hours. And once you have that duration, you can split it into 4 equal amounts of time. For example, you'd end up with 4 chunks of 6 hours for the Wiki Berry. And so, let's say for example that I plant the Wiki Berry at noon. Then you'd have to water it once between noon and 6 p.m., once between 6 p.m. and midnight, once between midnight and 6 a.m., and once between 6 a.m. and noon. Oh my god, a slacking! That is not what I wanted to see right now. Though I have a level 47 Blaziken with double kick, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh! Slacking's using Focus Punch. Too bad it's not gonna work, so I don't think it's gonna be doing anything in this battle. Yep, there we go. But anyway, when it comes to that example I was talking about just now, it's not enough to just water it 4 times in a row right after planting the seed and you're done with it. No, you really gotta water it once every chunk of 6 hours. Of course, I don't recommend missing some sleep over watering berries. If you end up with 4 berries instead of 5, that's okay. It's just 1 berry, you can just plant it. Of course, it's gonna take a bit longer to get the amount of berries you want. Like for example, as for my Wiki Berries, I think I'm gonna need a dozen, but I'm gonna stop at 15 maybe, just to be on the safe side. And when it comes to contests, I am sorry, I just sort of burped a little. But yeah, I'm planning on doing a tutorial at some point in the future, probably while I'm in Lily Cove, since the only contest hall in Emerald is in Lily Cove. And yeah, that's about all I needed to tell you about watering berries. They added fertilizers in Generation 4, but in my opinion, they're just a waste of money. You can grow berries for free, so why not just do it the old-fashioned way? Oh, and we got a Pokemon breeder here, and I believe, yep, she's got 6 very weak Pokemon, only level 25. They all seem to work this way in this game, which is sort of annoying since it makes for a marathon fight that's really, really easy. Anyway, I was thinking about maybe some improvements that they could bring to existing moves in Black and White, and one thing that I'm sort of hoping they do, they probably won't, but I still hope they do, would be to make Strength into a fighting move. Because as we all know, Strength is utterly worthless, both competitively and in-game, so what they should do would have to be make it into a fighting move. Because right now, the strongest, widely accessible fighting move that doesn't have any drawbacks is Brick Break at 75 power. And Strength has 80 power, so that would be an improvement right there. And now, take a good look on Cerebi at everything that can learn Strength. There are lots of stuff in there that don't get Brick Break and would probably gain a lot from being able to use a fighting move that doesn't have any drawbacks. And 80 power is not the best, but it's still starting to get a bit decent because 75 is a bit on the low side, which is why a lot of people will often go for moves like Close Combat or Superpower instead of Brick Break. You get the idea. They managed to salvage Waterfall's worth by making it a physical move, so now it's rather widely used on physical water types, such as the obvious Gyarados, but there are others as well. And I think they could save Strength from being completely useless by, you know, making it a fighting type move, because it sort of makes sense. It's just like you're pummeling the opponent with, well, Strength, so I don't see why it's still normal. Same for Mega Punch and Mega Kick. Why are they still normal? Especially Mega Kick, which could get some use, I guess, since its damage output is decent anyways. So, now that this trainer is down, we are going to stop this for now, and next time I'm going to go on an adventure in the Safari Zone.